I feel I'm too young to advise.
You can relate it very well.
Matter.
And you understand what do you mean
Customer relations.
to my
Interesting chat actually complement each other through temper proof aesthetic.
blockchain is expensive or too complex. Hello everyone and welcome to the fourth episode of our podcast series. Today I am honored and equally excited to have Mr. Arun Goyal, founder and MD of Octal Solutions with me here, who has spent nearly 2 decades helping organizations across industries leverage technology to solve real business challenges. I don't know how many of you know, but Arun has been writing a lot of these days about blockchain, and he has got few articles featured on Forbes Technology Council. It's an honor for us. And today's topic is one of the most misunderstood technologies of our time, the blockchain. Is it really just a Bitcoin, or it is something as much bigger the business leaders should really consider into? Let's find out. Hi Arun, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks, Naveen, for inviting me over here.
So my first question for you, Arun, is, and I'm sure you can relate it very well. Everyone talks about blockchain, right? But most people still associate it with Bitcoin, right? Are they missing something, or blockchain is Bitcoin?
Absolutely, Naveen. That's probably the biggest misconception today. Bitcoin was simply the first successful application of blockchain. Just like email was the first popular use of internet, nobody today defined the internet as an email. Similarly, 5 years from now, nobody will define blockchain as a cryptocurrency. Blockchain is really about creating trust between people and organization that don't naturally trust each other, and that changes almost every industry.
So Arun, whenever I speak to you, you often say blockchain is not about technology, it's about trust. And you understand what do you mean when you say blockchain is about trust?
What I mean, Naveen, by this, every business run on trust. Customer trust brands, bank trust borrowers, government trust records, hospital trust patients' history. The problem is that trust is still built using paperwork and manual verification. Blockchain replaces blind trust with verified trust. Instead of asking someone to believe a document, you can prove it. That's a completely different way of doing business.
And this question I ask in every of my podcasts to my guests, it's about AI. AI is dominating headlines today, right? Where does blockchain fit alongside AI? Because both are the upcoming technology or concept, whatever you call it. So how do they fit together?
Nice question, Naveen. AI and blockchain actually complement with each other. AI help us to make better decision. Blockchain help us to trust those decisions. The AI approving a loan. How do we know the data was not manipulated? How do we prove that why that decision was taken? Blockchain provide that audit trail. In the future, AI will become the brain and blockchain will become the memory. And we need both.
As an entrepreneur and technology person, I guess you're the best person to answer this question. I need to know which industries do you believe will see the biggest impact first?
Almost every industry where trust matter. Real estate with digital property ownership, healthcare through secure medical records, manufacturing with supply chain transparency, education through tamper-proof certificates, finance through automated settlements, governments through digital identity. People think blockchain create a new business. I believe it transform existing ones.
It is what every CEO might think, right? What I have observed and experienced in my network that many CEOs think blockchain is expensive or too complex to implement, right? What would you tell them?
Don't start with blockchain. Start with your business problem. First, ask yourself, where do we spend time verifying information? Where do multiple organizations exchange data? Where do disputes happen repeatedly? If those problems exist, blockchain might be the answer. Technology should never be starting point. Business value should be.
Where do you see blockchain over the next 5 to 10 years, Arun?
Eventually, people won't even know they are using blockchain. Just like nobody think about TCP/IP while browsing the internet. You will buying property, receiving medical treatment, transfer ownership, verifying certificates, sign contract, and the blockchain will quietly work in the background. The biggest technology become invisible. That's when they have truly succeeded.
If you had one piece of advice for business leaders who are watching this podcast today, what this advice would be?
I feel I'm too young to advise. Not ask, should we adopt blockchain? Ask, what part of business depend on trust? Because every business has trust.
That's right.
A company that solves those gaps first will build strong customer relationships, operate more efficiently, and gain a lasting competitive advantage. Blockchain is not about replacing people, it's about making trust scalable. And in the digital economy, trust may become the most valuable asset any organization owns.
That's rightly said, Arun. I agree with that thing. And I'm done with my questions, Arun. Thank you very much. That was fascinating perspective rather than seeing blockchain as just on a technology trend. You have shown how it can become the foundation of digital trust across industries. Thank you so much, Arun.
Thank you, Naveen, for such interesting topic and interesting conversation with you. Thank you.
So this was Arun with us who talked about blockchain and what the industry leaders thinks about blockchain and how they consider it to validate technology into the coming years. We would love to hear your feedback, comments, suggestions, and if you want to talk about some other technology, comment us your suggestions, recommendations, and we'll come back with another podcast on the same topic. Till then, thank you very much and keep well.